Well, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with SouthernIndianaWeather.com. Thanks for logging on to our afternoon forecast update, Sunday, September the 26th, 2014. We are sponsored today by Metal Magic in Washington. You can give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless dent repair needs. They're PDR Nation certified, folks. When you take your work to them, you know it's going to be done right the first time because they have went that extra mile and got that certification, folks, to give you that peace of mind. They do a fantastic job, folks. Be sure to call them and tell them Southern Indiana Weather sent you. We had a few high clouds earlier today, but those are in large part gone right now as we take a little bit of a zoom in look here on the situation. Let me throw our temperature data here on as well, and you can see we have warmed up quite nicely. We are in the low 70s across the area. Really, you just absolutely cannot beat this area. We are rain-free. Live view from our southwest skycam here at 3:54 p.m. Eastern Time. Bright sunshine out there. I mean, it's just an absolutely gorgeous day. This is one of those days that you just you enjoy these. You soak them up while you can, folks, because you know not many of these are going to come our way when we're into the late fall season. Now, I've got another gorgeous day on the way for your Monday as well. If you can play hooky from work or do something like that, man, tomorrow's going to be a great day to do that. But beyond that, it's not going to be quite as pretty in the week. Let's talk about what to expect this week and then maybe a little bit beyond that as well, because we do have some big changes. The first thing that you notice is here's our current surface map, and you can see we're kind of situated in between a high pressure here and a warm front. This warm front is actually going to lift through the area here very shortly, and as that lifts through the area, what we're going to see is a nice warm up for tomorrow. The warm front will be lifting through our area by tomorrow afternoon. It is completely through the area, folks. We're going to go up into the upper 70s for high temperatures tomorrow. Absolutely beautiful weather. But behind that, notice this cold front edges closer to us. By Tuesday, we're going to have a little bit of rain to deal with. It doesn't look like a huge amount of rain at this point, but a couple hours maybe on Tuesday morning of a little bit of rain to deal with, and then it'll be in large part gone through the afternoon and evening. This starting to clear out and look pretty nice. And then beyond that, after that front moves through, we got high pressure going to be large and in charge for a little while until our next weather maker could potentially move through here on Thursday. It looks like mostly a dry cold front at this point, but what it will do is bring a reinforcing shot of cold air with it, so that by the time we get into Halloween, it looks like here on Halloween we are going to have our high pressure has settled into the area, and folks, it is going to be just downright cold, and we'll have a pleasant weekend though overall with just chilly skies and high pressure taking control. Let's talk about the pattern at hand first. Let's just deal with the early part of the week. Tomorrow's going to be a gorgeous day. By Tuesday, though, we got a little bit of rain moving into the forecast. Rain-free here on Monday, but you can start to see rain building to our west. Here's 2 in the morning on Tuesday, and then by the time the 8 a.m. hour comes, you can see a little bit of rain starting to move into the picture. Not too bad, though. This is largely gone, though. Here's 11 a.m., and then here's 2 in the afternoon, and it's pretty much gone by that time. So it looks like mostly a Tuesday morning thing, and then leaving for the afternoon hours. Again, not a whole lot of rain in the forecast with this, so that's certainly not a bad thing. And as we just take a look at the GFS model, and that's pretty much what you can see as you go through here. Here we are by the afternoon on Tuesday, and then that system is out of there. And beyond that, we've got this high pressure that is just sort of starting to build in. Another little disturbance with that cold front moves through on Thursday night. The GFS wants to give us a slight chance of a few showers around the area, not an aggressive chance. That's the best we've got for a little while. You see here on Friday, though, we are in, notice these red and then these blue lines. These are the upper winds, and you can see the direction is coming down from the northwest. Here's your surface high pressure building in. So basically what we're going to have is winds turning more out of the north, and we're going to have that northwest flow aloft. Folks, Halloween looks cold at this point to me right now. There were some indications. The models are sorting and battling it out. Are we going to have a light wintry mix in some of the area on Halloween? I've never really bought into the model's idea of that. Euro caught onto that idea first. The GFS then bought into it. Then the GFS didn't buy into it. Euro held on to it a while, and now none of them are saying it anymore. So you got to love model madness this time of the year, where the models just can't make up their daggone minds. Gives this meteorologist some gray hair, but I think at this point it looks dry to me on Halloween. It's just going to be cool. How cool is it going to be? Well, let's talk about some temperatures this week. And we'll deal with tomorrow first and then go in order. Tomorrow looks like a gorgeous day, folks. We're going to go up to the upper 70s for a high tomorrow. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an 80-degree temperature out there across the area in a couple of locations, possibly. I think I'm officially forecasting 78 for tomorrow, so not a bad day. Again, like I said, if you can play hooky from work or take off, it is going to be just a fantastic day to do that, with just gorgeous sunshine out there. Now, we got some bigger changes coming in. Again, enjoy that, because by the time you get later in the week, big changes are on the way. Let's talk about Halloween, because everybody wants to know how you're going to dress up your kiddos. By the time Halloween evening comes, again, I'm forecasting basically a partly cloudy day on Halloween at this point. It's going to be downright cold. By the time you go trick-or-treating, the GFS is suggesting the low 40s across the area for us. This picture here is for 8 p.m., so that may be about the end of trick-or-treating hours for most of us. Most communities, 6 to 8 p.m. or so, the trick-or-treating hours. This would be 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. So low 40s around the area by the time you take your kids out trick-or-treating. So folks, it's going to be cold. You're going to want to bundle them up, and it's going to be even colder that night. Skies will clear out nicely that night. And take a look at this. The GFS actually brings our first hard freeze of the season for us. This would take us down to the upper 20s around the area. So not only light winds, which could lead to some very frosty conditions there as well, but potentially a decently hard freeze coming there. So that's something we will keep an eye on and see whether that ends up verifying. And then the cold weather continues. By the time you get into Saturday, next Saturday is going to be way different than what we've seen this weekend. Say goodbye to the 70s. Only a high temperature right around 50 degrees next Saturday. This is a ridge of high pressure just sort of setting in, and very light winds over us. It's going to be a nice a nice day with some good sunshine due to that high pressure, but it's going to be very cold with temperatures in the upper 40s to near the 50 mark around the area. And then we'll have another cold night that night to deal with by the time you wake up that Sunday morning. It looks like the freezing line will be right in our area. Again, the red dashed line here is a 32-degree line, and you can see part of us stay in the above the freezing and part of us don't. So really a 30 to 35 degree temperature range around the area next Sunday morning can be expected. So bottom line is, I think we're kind of in an up and down pattern. Really just enjoy this temperatures while we've got them, folks, because the 70s, they're just not going to last. We got today and we've got tomorrow to deal with it. Then I think we're going to go into the 60s on Tuesday as that rain moves into the area and fall through the 60s most likely during the afternoon hours after that front has passed through. Then beyond that, it's going to get just downright chilly the later we go into the week. All right. Here's what the GFS ensembles say for the temperature spread, and it gives you a little bit of that indication as well. Again, warm day today and tomorrow, and then somewhat warm with the rain on Tuesday, and then boom. And it's just sort of an up and down pattern from there, where the highest we get is the mid 60s anytime in the rest of the temperature spread over these 15 days. So cold, cold, cold coming our way. Not bitterly cold, but definitely late fall weather. This is, by the way, a very much below normal pattern. A normal pattern for this time of the year would be temperatures in the mid 60s. So while we're nice and above normal today and tomorrow, by the time Wednesday, Thursday hits, we're going to go back below normal, and it looks like we're going to stay below normal for the most part for a little while again. So again, that's the same pattern that we've had really over the past year, where we have been below normal far more than we have been above normal. All right. Let's talk about your 10-day forecast. Folks, you can go to southernindianaweather.com and you can get this. You can also just download our mobile app. It is available for iPhone and for Android now. Just go to your favorite app store and search for southernindianaweather.com, and you'll be able to get that in mobile app as well. Here you go, folks. Again, we've got the 70s this afternoon. We're going to go down to the mid-50s or so tonight under mostly clear skies. A pretty pleasant night overall. Very warm tomorrow. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we did see an 80-degree mark around there, but for most of us, I think, we'll stay in the upper 70s under partly cloudy skies. It's going to be a breezy day tomorrow. South winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Hang on to your hats, but it's going to be a pleasant day overall. Very slight chance of some rain moving in on Monday night, but I really think it's going to be closer to Tuesday morning before we get it. Again, it's probably going to be after about maybe 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. is our range of rain potential, the way things look like on Tuesday morning right now. Again, temperatures go to the upper 60s, but we'll probably fall through the mid 60s during the afternoon hours. A nice day for this time of the year overall. Mid 40s that night, and then, well, look at this. Big changes on the way. Few clouds maybe on Wednesday, but only 60. Only 58 on Thursday. Another cold front moves through that I showed you. Gives us that isolated shower chance. Again, it's not a very big shower chance. I've only went with a 20% chance. But then as the winds turn out of the north behind that cold front again, here's your Halloween forecast, folks. Partly cloudy and very cool. I'm going with 53 across the area. I think it's going to be a pretty cold day. Down to 31 that night. Again, the upper 20s that it's the GFS is suggesting. I'm not ready to buy that just yet. I do think low 30s are likely at this point, and we'll fine-tune that. But again, upper 20s are on the table. We won't rule that out. It's certainly further up to our north a little bit. Then on Saturday, another cold day, mostly sunny. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's only 50 for your high, 55 on Sunday. The warming trend begins in a little bit. We're up to the low 60s after that, with another rain chance moving in on the Tuesday after Halloween. So again, up and down, but enjoy these 70s while they last, folks, because we're just not going to get this that much longer. Alrighty, folks, I have released my official winter forecast. You can go to southernindianaweather.com and find it. It's linked on our Facebook page as well, but for those of you that haven't seen it yet, be sure to go out here. You can click on Forecast Discussions, and you'll be able to find that as one of the links, 2014 and 15 final winter forecast. Bottom line is you can read through a lot of the technical details if you really want to, but you can also just scroll down here, folks. Again, cold and snowy is what I think that we're going to be ending with, up with this. I think we're going to have an above normal snowfall this winter. Is it going to be a repeat of last winter? Probably not an exact repeat of last winter, but I think it's certainly going to be plenty cold and snowy, and you can go through and take a look at that winter forecast. Get all your thoughts there as well. There's a video that you can go through and be able to view and get a little bit of the reasons why behind that for those that are interested. It's there, folks. But the bottom line, it is a gorgeous day today. Get out there and enjoy it, because we are not going to have these that much longer, folks. All right, that is it for today's video update. Thanks for logging on. I'm Meteorologist Michael Wilhite for Southern Indiana Weather. Have a great day, folks. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.